Did you know leopard seals are far more terrifying than you think? At first glance, they may look like ordinary seals, but what makes them one of the most feared predators in Antarctica? The leopard seal is massive. Adults can grow over 12 feet long and weigh more than 1,300 pounds, nearly the weight of 2 grizzly bears. Their long jaws are lined with razor-sharp teeth built for tearing flesh, but their size and teeth are not the scariest part. It's how they hunt. Leopard seals are extremely patient predators. They often float silently near cracks or breathing holes in the ice, barely moving. Sometimes they wait beneath the edges of icebergs for hours without making a single bubble. Then, when an unsuspecting penguin swims past, the seal suddenly bursts out of the water and drags it below the surface. Trying to escape rarely works. Leopard seals can swim up to 23 miles per hour, easily catching almost anything that tries to flee. And once they catch their prey, the attack becomes even more brutal. They violently thrash penguins back and forth, tearing the skin away to make them easier to eat. Over its lifetime, a single leopard seal can kill thousands of animals, making it one of the most deadly hunters in Antarctica's icy waters. Here are the dumbest ways to die in history. First, Milo of Croton, the legendary wrestler and multiple-time champion of the ancient Olympic Games. Known for his unbelievable strength, Milo once decided to prove it in an unusual way. While traveling, he saw a tree stump split with a large crack. Confident in his power, he forced his hands into the gap and tried to pull the wood apart, but the trunk suddenly snapped back, trapping his hands inside. Now the strongest man in Greece was completely helpless, and before he could escape, a wandering lion came across him. Next, Aeschylus, the famous playwright known as the father of tragedy. One day, while walking outside in search of inspiration, something suddenly dropped from the sky and struck his head, killing him instantly. The cause? An eagle flying overhead had been carrying a turtle. Eagles often drop turtles onto rocks to crack their shells open, but Aeschylus was bald, and from high above, his shiny head looked close enough to a rock. Finally, Heraclitus of Ephesus, a respected philosopher from the pre-Socratic era. Around 475 BC, he developed a disease called dropsy, which caused severe swelling throughout the body. Believing he had discovered a cure, he covered himself in cow dung and sat in the sun, hoping the heat would draw the illness out. Instead, the powerful smell attracted wild dogs, and he was eaten alive. Did you know the real meaning behind the laughter of the spotted hyena? It may sound like someone laughing in the dark, but are they actually laughing? The spotted hyena, scientifically called Crocuta crocuta, is one of Africa's most misunderstood predators. It is often seen as a ruthless scavenger, stealing food, raiding livestock, eating waste, and sometimes even attacking humans. But what makes it famous is the strange sound it produces, that chilling giggle-like laugh. But what does it really mean? Spotted hyenas can make many different sounds, including barks, roars, groans, and clucking noises. Their laughter is a series of high-pitched, rapid giggles that can carry across long distances. And surprisingly, it usually doesn't mean they are happy. Most of the time, a hyena makes this sound when it feels stressed, threatened, or under pressure. This often happens when they encounter stronger predators like lions, or when members of their own clan fight over food. But the sound also carries information. Other hyenas can actually tell the age and social rank of the caller just by listening to the pitch. Younger hyenas usually have higher, more chaotic giggles, while older ones produce deeper and steadier sounds. So that eerie laughter in the night, it's not joy, it's tension, warning, and survival. Did you know about the stonefish, one of the most venomous fish in the ocean? But how can something so dangerous be almost impossible to see? The stonefish is a true master of disguise. It lives in the warm waters of the Indo-Pacific and has rough, reddish-brown skin that looks almost exactly like a rock. Lying still on the seafloor, it blends perfectly with coral and sand. To most animals, and even people, it just looks like an ordinary stone. But what happens if someone accidentally steps on it? That's when the danger begins. The stonefish has 13 sharp spines along its back, and each spine contains powerful venom. When pressure is applied, the spines push into the skin and release the toxin. The pain is immediate and extremely intense. Victims often experience severe swelling and tissue damage within minutes. One person described the feeling as being hit in the leg by a 200-pound hammer. In serious cases, the venom can even be deadly if medical help is not given quickly. But here's the surprising part. Even though the stonefish is so dangerous, people still eat it. Skilled chefs know how to safely remove the venomous parts, turning the fish into a rare and expensive seafood dish.